not everything is fixed with just the one tool. And I think my journey probably reflects that more than anything. Because if you had asked me years ago what I would be doing, and like I'm talking like years and years and years ago, I've been a lawyer for like over 16 years this year, I think, which just made me feel really old. But so pre kind of like going to like maybe back to high school perhaps, I definitely would not have thought I would be where I am. I actually had no interest in going into uni. I was quite happy working my job at good old Big W. I then left at the end of year 11 and I decided to do a marketing diploma, which somehow led me into a job at an accounting firm, but it wasn't doing marketing, it was doing admin. So from there, I was offered an accounting traineeship with that same business, but I had to do Open Foundation to get into uni. And that's where things shifted. So that's obviously a very condensed version of my history. But when I was doing Open Foundation, I did a law subject and actually really enjoyed it. So I thought, okay, I don't like math. I probably don't really want to be an accountant. So maybe I'll do law instead. And I still remember a lecturer up in uni told me I was too dumb to do it. So I kind of did the big F you, and naturally I did it anyway because I'm stubborn. And that's how I ended up in law because I got told I was too dumb. It wasn't a passion for anything back then or anything. But what I realized pretty quickly in my legal career was that law just was not enough. And at law school, we were taught the law. That's it. There was nothing else. And you're not taught how to support someone through one of the hardest periods of their life. You're not taught about behavior or patterns or emotional capacity or any of that. You are taught the legal rules and that's it. And in real life, people aren't just a set of facts and rules and legislation. It's totally more than that. And throughout my career, I have had clients who were struggling, like were really struggling. And I've also had a few clients in my career take their own lives. And one of them was a long-standing client who was using me before I was even a lawyer, someone I worked really, really close with. And I still haven't gotten over that. I don't think with the circumstances, but that was probably when it really hit me that I could do my job legally. I can give the right advice, but that didn't mean that my clients were okay. And it didn't mean that the outcome was going to be okay either, whether they won or lost, however what your preconceptions with that are. But that's when I started to see it differently, I think. And the legal issue was just one layer. It was just one part of it. But underneath that, there was so much more. So there was behavior, there were patterns, there were emotions, there were relationship dynamics, there were money stories, there were so many different things. And if those things weren't addressed, the legal situation alone wasn't going to change too much. And, I like my metaphors. So I suppose it's like trying to fix a house by repainting the walls. When there are cracks in their foundation, there are wiring issues, and there's a leak in the roof. It might look better for a moment, but underneath all of that, nothing has really changed. And so I didn't go and study other modalities because I was bored or because I wanted more qualifications. There might have been a part of it where I was maybe procrastinating, but that's that's probably another different episode. But I did it because I could see that there were gaps, and I didn't see any other lawyers seeing those gaps either. But those gaps were where people were starting to fall through. So if I break it down really simply, the legal side helps you understand your options and to protect yourself, hopefully. The finance side that I have helps you make decisions that actually set you up long term and not just get you through today. But there is so much deep work that needs to be done in a lot of matters. understanding patterns, behaviors, how people think and respond under pressure. And that's where things like the hypnotherapy and NLP training that I have done come in really, really handy that most lawyers don't have, because most decisions people face in these moments are not logical. There's a pattern to them. They're reacting with emotion, and you can have the best advice in the world, but if your patterns don't change, your outcomes usually don't change either. So what I do now isn't separate. So it's not legal here and mindset here and finance somewhere else. It's understanding that when someone is going through something like a separation, for example, or if someone has passed away, it is all happening at once. And if you only support one part of that, so the legal, the rest doesn't just disappear. And how they are can affect the legal aspect very much so as well. So if you have ever felt like you know what to do, but you're not doing it, or you've tried to fix something, but it keeps showing up again, it's not because you are doing it wrong. It just might be that you've been given one tool for something that actually needs a few. I am massive on root cause, especially since my cancer diagnosis. And I know that not everything is fixed with just one tool. And you're not meant to figure it out all on your own, all out from one angle. And sometimes it's not that you need more effort, it's that you've just been using the wrong tool for the job, or you need a combination of tools. And when you finally have that right combination, things don't just look better on the surface, they actually start to work. So I hope that this podcast has helped you if you are going through whatever it might be in the legal realm, that sometimes, yes, you need the law, but for me, there are just other modalities that need to complement the law so you can get through what it is that you are going through. You can come out better on the other side, and you're not making the same patterns and, mistakes, if you want to call them mistakes, that you had done in the past. And I would love for you to share this episode. You don't know what people are going through. So even if I just help one person, that is my goal each time. So please share it so we can pass on this message and help other people out there who might be a bit embarrassed to put their hand up. But also, please remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future episodes. So thank you for listening, and I will catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye.